I welcome you all with my love and respects. So before entering into the satsang, I wanted to remind everybody, please sit in Padmasana or Vajrasana. Let's enter into the today's subject. Taddu Samanvayat. Just a two word. The whole world is reduced to these two words. Taddu Samanvayat. The English translation by Gambhirananda is, but that Brahman is known from the Upanishad, it being the object of their fullest import. Swami Vireshwarananda translates as, but that Brahman is to be known only from scriptures and not independently by other means is established, because it is the main purport. I'll translate this sutra as that should be known only by personal experience through Upanishad with the master. Please understand, I am revealing a sacred secret in this sutra. It can be realized not by any written Upanishad. Isha, Kena, Kada, Prasna, Mundaga, Mandukya, no. Through those Isa, Kena, Kada, Prasna, Mundaga, Mandukya, Aitareya, Taitriya, Narayana, 108 Upanishads, you can grasp a kind of an intellectual understanding. Only by sitting in Upanishad, the Brahman can be experienced as it is the main object of the fullest import. Please understand. The purpose of Upanishad is experiencing existence, and the most important thing to be realized through the Upanishad is existence. In Zen, they have a process called Zazen. Just they sit, 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 sit. Not just hours, not just days, not just weeks, not just months, but not even just years, but decades. The Zen master story says, sometimes these masters sit in Zazen for 40 years. When you sit, 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 Zazen means just sitting, just sitting, just sitting. When you sit so many years, naturally the mind has become a useless, unnecessary part of you. It withers away, will withers away. Just to eat and do your basic activities and sit, you don't need will. You don't need mind. Will withers away. Mind withers away. I can say, in my Parivrajaka time, that is what exactly happened. Nothing much to be done. If you can break insecurity, Parivrajaka is the best life to live. All embodied beings means not just human beings, all the beings who assumed the body should experience the homelessness at least 1 year in their life. Just homelessness, not having a particular address, a particular safe place or security. Living like somewhere you sleep, somewhere you walk, somewhere you eat, somewhere you are living. I can say that Parivrajaka teaches thousands of things. Thousands and thousands of things. Will withers away. Whether it is a complete zazen or complete insecurity. See, any insecurity will remind and poke you to go back to security only for 3-4 days. If you can manage Parivrajaka for 1 week, after that, insecurity will not hit you. Insecurity happens only for the first 1 week, not more than that. That is the fun. Not after that. Then that Vedanta Vijnanam starts happening in you. What do I mean by the word Vedanta Vijnanam? Withering of the will, an ability to do everyday action without bringing your will for supporting, justifying, analyzing, adding, commenting. These are the activities your will goes on doing and destroys the whole juice of your life. And the modern day youngsters are again and again and again brainwashed about the need or importance of the will. Again, if you are intensely creative without even asking the question, why should you be creative? The will withers away. Will can wither away in so many ways. Some of the beautiful Zen koans and stories of this withering away of the will. A monk was sitting under a tree and meditating. He saw, due to breeze, a leaf falling from the tree. He was just floating with that falling leaf. The leaf did a zigzag, moved, slowly landed on the ground, and the monk became enlightened. How will you logically describe? He was in such a extreme restful awareness that movement has beautifully moved his inner space, rested in withering away of the will. Modern day youngsters are again and again and again brainwashed about the importance of will for the everyday action, which is not required. I tell you, put yourself in a highly challenging situation where your will cannot solve the issues, where your will is led to boil. That is also a powerful process to make the will wither away. Because in the modern day youngsters don't have patience to sit for 40 years. Forget about 40 years. 40 minutes itself is impossible. So for you the other way is just put yourself in situations which cannot be solved by the will. The will wither away. First time, not only the youngest master is talking about Brahma Sutras, the youth is listening about Brahma Sutras. I don't think anywhere in the world, any time in the world, so many youth are sitting and listening to the Brahma Sutras. I am seeing around the world, The average age will be only 33. Not only the teacher, even the students. Even when Shankara describes the scene of Brahma Sutras, he says, Master is young. Chitram vadadaror mule vriddha sishya gurur yuvaha. Guru is yuva, young. But he doesn't say disciples are young. See, Guru, if he is an incarnation, he can be young and he can teach. Even in the history of Dakshinamurti, Adi Shankara, Ramana Maharshi, even in all their histories, the master was young, but disciples are always old people. First time, the young master is talking to average age of 30, 33, disciples crowd. Now, first time the disciples are also young. That is why I say, we are heading towards a great evolution and revolution. Just yesterday, one couple from Dubai, they wanted to pack up and come back and settle in the ashram, in the Rishi order. I was telling them, we should set a trend of enlightenment being a carrier in the modern life, working for conscious growth and achieving enlightenment should be a modern day carrier. So we have to make some mold, some way, where people contribute to society because we use the infrastructure of the country. We use the road, airport, dam, all the country's infrastructure like electricity. Because we use all that, we need to give them little back. We need to contribute something back to them. So we should evolve a system where we add something to them. It is not that we just suck, we are parasites. No. We will add something to them, but awaken our intelligence and radiate enlightenment. This should become carrier. This should become a new way of living. First time in the world, the youngest master is talking about the oldest scripture to the youngest disciples. I am seeing in the screen, the average age will be surely around 30 only. In 30, if we can inspire people for withering away of the will, even if they contemplate on that idea and just casually practice, by 40 we can expect at least 80% of the people would have achieved the result. The withering away of the will would have happened, the raising of the frequency in their inner space will happen. The sutra, the today's sutra, gives the importance of personal experience through the Upanishad. I want you to know, here the Upanishad does not mean some written works in those days. Understand? Because I am running a huge publication department, I can understand. The very words which I utter, by the time it comes out as book, it is completely twisted. My own biography, when I am alive, people start writing in their own way, without even bothered about what I wanted, and finally blame comes to me. I can understand when I am sitting in the body, my words or biography is getting twisted so much. How can you rely on some words written sometime by somebody who knows, who edited, who altered, who presented, who interpreted, who knows whether that language which was in use is being the same language still now? Because the words and the meaning attributed to the words goes on evolving every 2 generation. No more than 2 generation does not use the same meaning for the same word. See, before independence, India's English, and now India's English. Just see, before independence, pre-independence, India's English. Words we use, the meaning we gave it to those words. Now the words we are using and the meaning we are giving to those words. 2 sacred secret. 1, the existence, reality can be realized only by sitting in Upanishad with the master. Not by any written book, Upanishad, in those days. No. Second is a very important truth. Sitting with the master should be only for realizing the existence, not for any other purpose, because that is the most important thing in the life. The Upanishad should happen only for enlightenment. Because the Upanishad can bring so many extraordinary powers, energies, experiences. Upanishad can add so many qualities to you. Upanishad means sitting with the master. But that is not the purpose of Upanishad. Sometimes people come to see, check out. Let me see what he is talking. Nowadays people come even to see the models of earrings or the energy beads. Those things cannot be the purpose of Upanishad. How this so-called ex-disciples secretly log in to pick up, steal ideas and stories to add in their classes. Upanishad. The purpose of Upanishad should be only experiencing existence, experiencing reality, experiencing life. Thousands and thousands of spiritual experiences may and can happen during Upanishad, but that is not the purpose or import of Upanishads. It is experiencing the existential reality, experiencing the reality of the existence is purpose of Upanishad. Taddu samanvayat. That Brahman, being the object of the Upanishad's fullest import, it should be known from the Upanishad, through the Upanishad, in the Upanishad. I can tell you, sitting in Zazen. Zazen means just sitting. For 40 years will make your will wither away. The same sitting, if you do it with master, in his presence, he knows how to boil your engrams and get them out. I can say, if you are in the ashram, listening to what I am saying and falling in tune, your whole day is Upanishad. Because the whole day, I am continuously focusing you. See, whenever focusing happens, it's like a churning of your inner space. When the churning happens, the resistance gathers as poison, and the acceptance gathers as a butter, nectar. the resistance poisons will be constantly taken out by the other people who are resisting. That's what I do. Two resisting fellows, I let them fight. I don't need to let, I keep quiet, they start. They hit each other. Vomit the poison on each other. When they really become tired, only then I let them bring the problem to me. Then by that time, they settle down. Extraordinary experience of Upanishad is imbibed, incorporated by the muscle memory, while all the negativities are churned out and removed from the system. Whole thing, I can say, whole thing boils down to Upanishad. If you do yoga, your body will be ready for Upanishad. If you have the devotion, feeling connection, bhakti, the Upanishad will be very juicy, so you can sit for a long time. If you do karma, all your negativity will be taken out. Your body will be completely trained. The withering away of the will happen, so that when you sit in Upanishad, you will have the deep, settled, restful awareness. So everything finally boils down to Upanishad. It is Upanishad which is the essence of life. Taddu samanvayat. Brahma Sutras is not the place where too big words are used or long sessions of discourses are given. This whole Brahma Sutra, if you write the original sutras, you can finish it in 3 A4 sheets. That's all. 3 A4 sheets. 555 sutras. At the most, it will be 1500 words. That's all. Because no sutra is more than 2 or 3 words. Maximum 1500 words. That's it. One article. That's all. This book is the inspiration, essence, quintessence, unabridged dictionary of world philosophies. Very human thinking. I can say not just world spiritual philosophies or religious philosophies or atheist philosophies. It is quintessence of very human thinking. Upanishad, sitting with the master, is for experiencing Brahman, experiencing the reality should happen by Upanishad. Experiencing reality can happen only by Upanishad. The only purpose of the Upanishad should be experiencing the reality and existence, because experiencing the existence is the real purpose of Upanishad, and your very existence and master's very existence. Master exists to transmit the experience of existence. You exist to experience the existence. Upanishad happens to transmit the experience of existence. Don't go and sit in the master's presence to remove your physical disorders. Don't use him as a replacement for anazin, metazin. Don't use him as a replacement for antidepressants. Don't use him as a replacement for ordinary, simple things. Use his presence to experience the very existence. Upanishad. I can go on expanding the stories. All Upanishadic stories talk about this power of Upanishad. sitting with the master. In Upanishadic stories, a disciple was asked by a master. Master gives few cows and says, go to the forest and come back when you have 1,000 cows. This guy goes to the forest and grazes the cow, takes care of them. They just continuously multiply. Whole day he sits in silence, because with cows you don't need to talk. You can't do anything. Whole day he sits. That sitting, that sweet, silent sitting, naturally withered away, his will withered away. And after 1,000 cows happened, after the cows have become 1,000, the funny thing is he even forgot to count. He forgot how to count. So he did not even realize it is time to go back. One cow comes and tells, sir, we became 1,000, let's go to the master. Very beautiful story. Because the will withered away in him, he even forgot how to count. The cow comes and tells, we become 1,000 now, let's go back to the master, it is time. Then he comes. When he enters the ashram, master says, oh, 1,001 cows have come. You should know that in India cows are considered holy. Very symbol of sacrifice and love and compassion. So he says, the disciple also has become love and compassion and sacrifice, sincerity. The symbol of sincerity. Upanishad. I can say, that is the essence of life. That is the essence of all teachings. That is the essence of all techniques. That is the essence of all process. That is the essence of everything. Again and again and again, day in and day out, I am talking, just leading you to Upanishad, nothing else. If you see my words from the day I started talking until the last word, everything will be just directing you to Upanishad, that's all. I talk so that you stop talking. Nothing else. I go on adding words just to enrich the silence, not to break the silence. Sometimes the music can enrich the power of silence, experience of silence. I go on talking to enrich the power of Upanishad. In Zen there is a beautiful saying, grass grows by itself. When you sit in Upanishad, consciousness grows by itself, will withers away by itself. Just close your eyes. Don't move the body. The moment you move the body, you are preparing, your will is awakened. Over. You missed it. Just close your eyes. Just sit. No meditation, no mantra, no technique, no japa, no process. Just sit. Let the Upanishad happen. I remind all of you, Satsangis, devotees, these 21 days we are working mainly on creating global peace and creating peace and conscious energy to stop the religious persecution. I bless you all. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate and share the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda. Thank you for watching, and if you found the video enlightening,
please give it a like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to stay connected with us.
Don't forget to click the bell icon to receive the notifications.